Tuesday story time. I'm going to continue with this book, Madurai Meenakshi, and today I want to tell you the story of Velli Ambalam. I'm not good at pronouncing Tamil words. I hope I've pronounced it correctly. Velli Ambalam. Velli apparently means silver. That is the name of this gigantic, huge statue of Nataraja that you will see in the temple even to this day. If you notice carefully, you will see that in this figurine of Nataraja, the right leg is raised. Normally, everywhere Nataraja has his left leg raised, but here you will clearly see here that Nataraja is standing with his right leg raised. Now, there are two versions of the story. One version is that the king, the Madurai king, told Nataraja, "Oh Nataraja, you're performing and constantly standing with your left leg raised, and that might put too much of pressure on your right foot. And if you are in pain, then the entire Brahmanda, the entire Brahmanda will go in pain. So please stand on this foot for some time to ease the pain on that foot." Although the Lord was not feeling any pain, just to say okay to his devotee, the Pandyan king, at Madurai, the king stood with his right leg raised. The dancing king, Nataraja, stood with his right leg raised. But the other version is even better and more believable. So Meenakshi and Shiva were married, happily married. After all the wedding ceremonies were concluded, Meenakshi looked up to Shiva and said, "Oh my dear Shiva, oh my dear husband, I met you on the battlefield. After seeing your commanding presence on the battlefield, I fell in love with you and married you. But you're not just a soldier, you're also a dancer. You're Natya Nataraja, and I have never seen you perform. So please, my dear husband, on this joyous occasion of our marriage, will you perform for me?" So obviously Shiva Nataraja obliged, and he performed the cosmic dance for her. At the end of the dance, as he was about to conclude the dance, he realized that if he raised the left leg like he usually does, it would point towards his newly married wife who was standing right next to him, So conscious of the fact, suddenly, as he concluded his performance, he raised his right leg so that the foot would not point towards the wife. She was standing on this side, and raising this leg would mean the foot would point towards Meenakshi. To avoid that, he concluded this way so that the foot would point the other way. Now that's a nice story, and I like this version better. The other story that I want to tell you is this. Safeguarding the idols during invasion. Here it is, you can see. Safeguarding the idols during invasion. For those of you who don't know, independent India's first education minister was Maulana Abdul Kalam Azad. He was a Saudi Arabian born Maulana. He was an Islamic scholar. His wife was the daughter of a proud and extremely rigid Salafi scholar, and he himself was an extremely rigid Maulana. Now, of all the 40 crore people at that time, this Saudi Arabian born Maulana was chosen to be our first education minister. When he wrote our textbooks, he had only one intention in mind: to remind us that we were dhimmis, the defeated population. At every step, we had to be reminded that we were humiliated, insulted, and ruled for 800 years, and that we are dhimmi, the defeated race. any story where we have successfully preserved our heritage, successfully pushed back the invaders and rescued our culture and our temples, any story where we Hindus have successfully safeguarded our culture was systematically erased from our textbooks. The story of how the great temple of Madurai Meenakshi was saved from the armies of Alauddin Khilji and his commander Malik Kafur is a wonderful story of grit, determination and sacrifice. Alauddin Khilji sent his commander-in-chief Malik Kafur to conquer the south, and Malik Kafur told Alauddin Khilji, there are three principal dynasties in South India: the Kakatiyas of Warangal in Andhra Pradesh, the Hoysalas of Dwarasamudra in Karnataka, and the Pandyas of Madurai in the Tamil Nadu Kerala region. So I can defeat all of them individually. And Alauddin Khilji asked, yeah, but what if the Kakatiyas and the Hoysalas and the Pandyas combine their forces and attack you together? Commander-in-Chief Malik Kafur replied, then it would be very difficult. I cannot fight the combined armies of the Kakatiyas of Andhra, the Hoysalas of Karnataka and the Pandyans of Tamil Nadu. But rest assured, O Sultan, they will not unite their forces. Each of them will fight me individually, but they will never unite against a common enemy. They have fought each other for so long that though I am the common enemy, these three dynasties are not going to unite against me and fight me in a combined way. Hindustan ka itihas hai. It's the history of India. So Malik Kafur came, and just as he rightfully predicted, the Kakatiyas, the Hoysalas and the Pandyas did not combine their forces. Each one faced him individually and each one lost. Hindustan ka itihas hai. So, of course, the Pandyan king lost the war on the battlefield, but the Madurai Meenakshi temple had to be saved. It's a long and beautiful and just chal, bal, kapat, balidan, everything, bravery, courage, treachery, everything was used. That's a big story in itself, how Madurai Meenakshi was saved from Malik Kafur and how Alauddin Khilji did not get the sadistic, heinous satisfaction of having destroyed this great temple. There are several people, several unknown soldiers and, Pandits whom we have to thank. We have to thank all the Tamilians in the area because we can still go to Madurai and see this temple today, and they've given their lives for it. So it's almost 10 minutes. I will narrate the story some other day. What makes me sad is that most of the people in Madurai themselves do not know that their ancestors, most of the people in Tamil Nadu do not know that their ancestors gave up their lives trying to fight Alauddin Khilji, and though they lost on the battlefield, they were successful in saving the temple. It's a story everybody should know, but I'll narrate it next week. Okay? Bye-bye.